up. Wake up. Did you get good night's sleep last night?
I slept pretty good.
How come? Did you have a good sleep hygiene routine?
I do have good sleep hygiene. And getting good sleep is clearing clutter.
Oh my gosh, getting good sleep makes a world of difference in my life.
Have you ever got a horrible night's sleep and woke up the next morning and felt like your brain was in a fog storm?
I wouldn't say for me.
Are you lethargic?
Storm. No, I'm more extra sensitive.
I get really lethargic. And there's a reason why. It's because there's clutter that's built up in your brain that didn't get cleared when you slept. Hello, everybody.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Welcome to day 8 of our Clear Your Clutter Challenge.
Day 8. We're more than halfway through, and we're both up before 5 a.m.
I got up at 4 o'clock this morning.
You're awesome. I don't know what time I get up because I woke up a few different times, but I think I woke up at 10 to 4.
Sleep is so important. In today's video, we're going to give you 5 tips and a super bonus tip on how to have better sleep hygiene and why it's so important to get good sleep. And I'm going to, throughout the video, let you know how getting good sleep is clearing clutter. Okay. So we have some tips. Deb's got her notes and she's going to start reading. What's tip number 1?
Declutter your bedroom. Keep your bedroom tidy, organized by removing any unnecessary items that can distract you from sleeping, such as electronic devices, work-related materials, clutter on your dressers and nightstands.
Or dirty laundry in your bed.
Yeah, that. Oh, not. It's. I don't put dirty laundry in my bed.
Or just laundry in your bed.
Folded laundry.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah, and
it keeps me company.
You also have to have your room decluttered too, because if you wake up in the middle of the night
you trip over things.
That's no fun. Have you ever stubbed your toe or tripped on something in the middle of the night when you were going to the bathroom?
Yeah, I did, I do. But I think just the other night I had my shoes in the wrong spot.
Why is it always shoes? It's either you trip over your shoes or you stub your toe on the bed frame.
No, not the bed frame. It's the shoes, and then I trip over my shoes and I can't find my socks.
Oh, that's kind of a given, the whole sock thing with you. Okay, so first tip, make sure your room is decluttered. Okay, so tip number 2.
Create a relaxing environment. Design your bedroom for relaxation. Calming colors, soft lighting. I do have that. Essential oils and nice, peaceful atmosphere.
You have the salt lamp.
I have
you have incense.
Lamp. I have incense. I have the diffuser.
You have the diffuser.
I have really light, soft bed sheets.
Egyptian cotton.
I have lots of crystals. So it can be that, but I do still.
It's quiet. It's dark.
Very quiet.
And if you don't put the blind all the way down, the street light comes in and keeps a bear awake.
Yeah. Do you like the bee in the bear?
Yeah, so you gotta make sure that your room is all cozy.
That seems pretty easy, right? It doesn't seem like a difficult task.
It should be your safe place. It's like your den. Yeah. Okay, so that's tip number 2. Number 3.
Establish a bedtime routine.
This is so important.
Develop a consistent bedtime time and a routine to signal your body that it's time to prepare to wind down for sleep. This could be reading, listening to calming music, or such practices as deep breathing.
Oh, so we read not meditations, we read devotions every day. And I read a devotion to Deb every night. That's part of your routine, right?
Yeah, totally part of my routine. You usually put me to sleep. I usually don't have a problem falling asleep. But if I do get up in the middle of the night, I will put a sleep meditation on. And sometimes it helps, and sometimes it doesn't.
Sleep meditations are really good. It's really hard for me to go to sleep without listening to something. So I do listen to something every night. That's part of my routine.
Yeah. Even after you read to me?
Yeah. Well, like I listen to meditations or affirmations or something like that.
This is a big one. Limit screen time before bed.
So this is tip number 4.
Yeah,
Limit screen time before bed.
The blue light emitted from screens can interfere with your body's natural screen cycle.
Circadian.
Yeah. Even if you get glasses that block out the blue light, it's still really important. But then I'm torn because If I want to listen to something, does that count?
Well, you just turn your phone upside down so you're not exposed to the light.
Okay, so then it doesn't count.
So
if it's upside down.
there's a lot of neurological, scientific stuff behind the light hitting your eyes that stimulates the nerves inside your brain, and it makes you think that, you know, it's still light. Because just think about it, we live in a very artificial world, folks.
I know.
A few hundred years ago, before electricity, it was sun up to sun down. The sun was basically the only light that we had, or candlelight.
Yeah, that's how the farmers did it. That's why they were up so early.
But candles, see, here's the thing. Like, candlelights don't screw up your circadian rhythm.
It makes it really nice and calming.
It makes it calming. So we have to go back to basics, like the good old days. They call them the good old days for a reason. Okay, so tip number 5.
Tip number 5. I was just reminiscing on that. How nice that sounds. Prioritize your comfort. Comfortable pillows, mattress. Make sure you have a comfortable temperature in your room.
Oh yeah, temperature's so
block
important.
out unwanted light.
Okay, so temperature is really important. Did you know that your core body temperature has to drop by about 2 degrees from its normal for you to go to sleep? So that's why it's like, for me, it's impossible. Like, if it's hot and I'm sweaty, forget about it.
I don't think it's just for you. I think it's for everyone. Who can sleep when they're sweaty?
I can't sleep when I'm sweaty. The worst is, like, if it's hot and it's sweaty and you're all hot and sweaty and you wake up.
The cold.
And the air kicks on and the air cools all your sweaty sheets, and then you have to go back to sleep on wet, cold sheets. That's no fun.
No, I've never sweat that much. But I do understand being sweaty and waking you up in the middle of the night.
So you got to have your temperature right. You got to have your sheets right. You got to have your favorite Wonder Woman pillow. I put a pillow between my knees. It helps with my back. So if you have back problems, putting a pillow between your knees.
What did you put between there before you stole my Wonder Woman pillow?
Just a regular old pillow. It was nothing spectacular. So, yes, getting comfortable, cozy, and having all that kind of good stuff is really good.
And the last super tip?
This one is probably it's been one of the biggest game changers for me for sleep. And I didn't even realize it until I started slacking a little bit. But here's the deal. No food 3 hours before you go to bed.
Yeah.
And I've shared this before in the intermittent fasting videos. It's so important. And I'm going to get into more of how sleep clears your clutter. So when you go to sleep, you shouldn't have anything in your stomach, because your body needs all that energy to clear out the amyloid plaque in your brain. Let me explain. So when you go to sleep and you have food in your stomach, your body's going to use its energy to digest your food.
Yeah.
But your body wants to get into its natural circadian sleep rhythm and go and clean out the plaque that's in your brain, i.e. amyloid plaque. Now, what happens if you get too much amyloid plaque? That's what brain fog is. It's that next morning when you wake up and you're in a brain fog. It's because your brain has not been able to get cleared out. And
honestly, I don't get brain fog too often.
Well, you get tired, you get emotional, you get all those things, right? It's because the amyloid plaque is building up. So what happens
if I get emotional, it's because of amyloid plaque?
Well, your neurons are not firing properly in your brain when there's too much amyloid plaque. It's basically like if you've ever changed a spark plug. When I was a kid, I used to change the spark plugs on the lawnmowers. And if you've ever seen a spark plug, you take a spark plug out and it gets dirty. It gets all the carbon on there. It gets carbon built up. And what happens to a spark plug when it gets too much carbon on there, it doesn't have the spark anymore. And the car starts to miss. It starts to misfire. Well, guess what happens when you get too much amyloid plaque on your brain? Your neurons in your brain, guess what happens? They start to misfire. Those neurons, they start to die. So... And it's all about diet. It's about lifestyle. It's about not eating too much sugar. It's about getting enough sleep. It's about taking care of good sleep. Hygiene is so super important.
It's about hurrying and getting in the gym so I get my whole time.
Right. So we're going to finish with this point. Do you know what they now call Alzheimer's disease?
Sleep disease.
Type 3 diabetes.
Wow.
The reason they call Alzheimer's type 3 diabetes is because of what I just explained to you.
That's wild.
When the neurons are not firing properly, when the neuronal connections aren't working right, and you have this plaque built up on your neurons in your brain, it's no bueno.
No, it's definitely no bueno. It brings up a question, though. It says...
That's clearing the clutter, folks.
Yeah. If you get that, they do tell you two different things. That they say it's not... you can't fix it once you get that. You
can fix it. You can grow new neurons in your brain. You can. But you have to be healthy. New cells, new things can't grow if you're not healthy.
You know what my motto is?
What's your motto?
Hey, do it before you have to.
Yeah, change before you have to.
Do it before you have to.
Exactly. So let's start getting some good sleep right now with these tips that we gave you. It'll help you clear the clutter in your brain, wake up with no brain fog. But that last tip, no food for 3 hours before you go to bed, game changer for your sleep.
So let us know if you're going to do any of these tips.
And let us know what your
bedtime routine
sleep hygiene looks like. That's a new word that just came out in the last couple of years. Sleep hygiene. I never even heard of that before.
I will see you all tomorrow.
See you tomorrow on day 9. Goodbye, everybody. Go clear some clutter.